What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Gunshot Gaming. I'm Tito Rosado, and recently I had the opportunity to visit Retropalooza for the very first time. It's a retro expo in Arlington, Texas that comes along every single year. Now, it was my first time getting to go, and I gotta say, it's one of the best expos I have ever been to. So many great deals. I spent so many hours just going from booth to booth, looking at all the awesome games, and I wanted to go ahead and share with you everything I was able to pick up, so let's go. Alright, so I figured we'd go small to big with the items that I purchased. So, starting off first with the smallest of them all is Sonic the Hedgehog for Game Gear. Now, I don't actually have a Game Gear, but I'm sure at some point I'll end up purchasing one. But I mean, I couldn't resist because at this expo, there was so many vendors that had bins that was like $1, $2, $3, search through the bins. I believe this was either in the $1 or the $2 bin. I don't remember exactly, but couldn't pass up on it. I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog, Game Gear, I'll end up getting to check this out at some point once I actually pick up a Game Gear. Alright, next I got NBA Live 96 by Electronic Arts for the Sega Genesis. Now this one, honestly, same thing, it was only like a couple bucks, and I really picked it up for the front cover. If you can check out there, it's got my original hometown team, Orlando Magic. So I grew up in Orlando, going to these games with my dad all the time. It's what made me love basketball, and it's great to see the 1995 NBA Finals. So yeah, had to pick up this one. All right, these next two games, I got two different PlayStation 3 games. I got both of these out of the $2 bin, I believe. So we got Tom Clancy's Hawks 2 by Ubisoft. This is something that I actually never played before, but I'm going to have to check it out and see. I always enjoy different like flight sim games, but this seemed like a lot more action focused. So going to have to check that one. That's an old one there. And then this one I thought was kind of funny. So it's Soul Calibur, but with this is actually, if you look here, you can see the case. This is the case that they put like outside with no disc in it, right? So you can see there it says display only, to purchase game, take the case to the cashier, $60. You know, granted, at least the CD is in there. Granted, I didn't get the manual with it, but I mean, $2, it's gonna work. But that was kind of funny that it came with the display case only. So something different. I always enjoy stuff that's a little weird and not out of the ordinary, or that is out of the ordinary. All right, and the one and only GameCube pickup I did get while I was there is Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX 2. Now this one I believe was $3 if I'm not mistaken. This one technically has disc and the it only has, looks like the warranty stuff in there, not the actual manual. So you know, you had to check for each thing you were in there. Some of them had the manuals and everything complete, others just had the disc. Although definitely when you're at these expos, double check everything, because some of the stuff they were simply just selling the boxes, so it was no disc inside. So you'd see certain things and get excited like, oh, it's that cheap, like, oh yeah, there's no game in there. But yeah, excited to check this one out as I need to continue to grow my GameCube library. Alright, next I picked up a couple good Xbox and Xbox 360 games. We got 50 Cent Bulletproof to add to the list. This is something that I feel like I played the demo of it a long time ago when I was a kid, but I never actually played the game, so interested to see how this still holds up. And then next, I mean, come on here, Simpsons Road Rage. I had to get this one. This was not in my collection yet. Definitely something I need to add on there. Next will be Simpsons Hit and Run that I need to get, as that one is such a classic. And then we got here Full Auto. This game was just okay. I remember playing it back in the day, but it was $1 in the dollar bin, so I had to pick up this one. Another game I got for $1, the original Gears of War. So that's a great one. Project Gotham Racing 4. I mean, the whole Project Gotham Racing series was just so classic on the Xbox and the Xbox 360. Same thing, $1. And then Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare. So this one I had to pick up because actually, I mean, love the Red Dead series. I actually never played this DLC. I just happened to miss it, so it's something that I need to go back and play, as everything Rockstar does is just golden, so need to check that one out. Alright, and I don't think you're ready for this next one. I got the Ultimate Trilogy, like the best trilogy known to man in gaming history. Do you know what it is? Do you think you know what it is? I don't think you do. If you said Big Bumpin', Sneak King, and Pocket Bike Racer, you guessed correct. So, for those of you who don't know, these were 3 games, so these work on both the 360 and the original Xbox, and these were released at Burger King, of all places. You could buy these at Burger King. I want to say they came with maybe a specialty meal, or I don't remember exactly, or maybe when you got a meal, it was cheaper, but I mean, this type of stuff doesn't happen anymore. I mean, where you get games at a fast food place. I mean, you think about the very first Tony Hawk demo to ever come out was in a Pizza Hut demo, which is insane. But yeah, this is the OG trilogy, the Burger King trilogy. Sneak King, Big Bumpin', and Pocket Bike Racer. So these were each, I think, $2. So I was like, yeah, I need to own this trilogy, of course. All right, and something I hit the jackpot on here, I've been really enjoying collecting demo discs because, once again, that's something that's kind of going away. We don't get demo discs sent out anymore. Obviously, you can just digitally download any demo that comes out. But back in the day, that was a big thing, especially for me, where I couldn't buy every new game that came out. So it was like gold to get the official Xbox magazine with the demo discs in there because it had all these games I get to play for one small price. So I came across this stack here, which we got, my goodness, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
3 hours later.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 demo discs. So all ranging in dates here. And one of the best things here is, I'll let you look at this front cover. It has a demo for Def Jam Fight for New York. And that game itself, if you're trying to buy that on its own, it's been like $100-$130 everywhere you go. It's become really rare. But some of the years on this is amazing. We got October 2004, June 2004, July 2004, August, September, November, and then we got February 2005, December 2004, March 2005, 2005, so it looks like it's all 05, 04, but yeah, excited to get that huge stack of demos because yeah, it's just a thing that people will never remember. I mean, honestly, like my son's never going to know about demo disc. Well, he will because he's, my son and he's going to see my game room, but you know what I mean? Kids these days, they won't understand the value of a demo disc, especially when you didn't have money. We didn't have all these free-to-play games out like we do nowadays, so this was an opportunity to have a bunch of games for one small price. All right, we're gonna have to move Sonic over here because actually, you know what? We're gonna move some things out of the way as it's gonna start taking over me. So let's move some stuff here.
5 hours later.
We'll get to the next big pile of things, which is going to be PlayStation 2. So we got a good amount of stuff here from PlayStation 2. Let me drop these here. So first of all, like I said, I've been collecting more and more demo discs, so I was always excited to see these. And I mean, they're always super cheap. I got all these for 99 cents. If you guys remember the Jam Pack edition demo disc that PlayStation used to put out, so this is Jam Pack Volume 15, 9 awesome demos. Jam Pack Demo Disc Volume 10, and Jam Pack... This is volume 12, okay? So I got all these for 99 cents each. Granted, when these all came out, they were always $8 each back in the day. But, some of these random demos, you got God of War, MLB 2006, Delta Force Lego Star Wars, Siphon Filter Omega Strain, Front Mission, what is this guy? MLB The Show 06. Kim Possible, What's the Switch, Destroy All Humans 2, Lego Star Wars 2, One Piece Grand Adventure. So always excited to get some demo discs. As like I said, that's just a dying pastime that we just don't get anymore. As far as more PlayStation 2 goes, we got Onimusha Warlords. I don't know if you ever played this before. It's almost like a like a Resident Evil type game. It was made by Capcom, so you can tell they kind of went for the same vibe as Resident Evil, except it wasn't guns, it was swords and stuff. So haven't played this in forever. Curious how this holds up. I'm sure the camera probably really sucks, but hey, we'll give it a shot. And then, man, I've been starting to collect more of all the Rockstar games. So we got both Midnight Club Street Racing and Midnight Club 2. So you can tell with some of their games, like the Midnight Club games, Smuggler's Run games, it's just them slowly building towards Grand Theft Auto, taking the mechanics that they know and building it into a huge open world. But I have not played both these, Midnight Club 1 and 2, in forever. So super excited to jump into those. Then we got two of the things from the Hot Shot series. We got, obviously everybody knows Hot Shot Golf 3, and then also got Hot Shots Tennis, which I'm not gonna lie, I had no idea there was a Hot Shots Tennis, but I love tennis games, and I love the Hot Shot series, so I'm sure this is going to be a good one. Yeah, I'm excited to see how that is, because those are always really fun to play. And you can see that beautiful sticker right there, good old Blockbuster sticker. Love whenever you find those, because this is actually a Blockbuster case. When you open it up, see if I flip it there, if you can see, not sure if you can see within that lighting, but it says Blockbuster. So, man, I miss you, Blockbuster. I miss you. All right, and last of the PlayStation 2 games that I picked up the original Max Payne. As I said, I'm trying to get more of the Rockstar series. I want to get every single Rockstar game in my collection. I already have a lot, but there's some I just don't have. So I was able to get the OG Max Payne, which, man, this blew my mind when I was younger. Just the bullet time in it was so good. It's still really good. So I'm excited to see, because I believe this is currently getting a remake done on it. So I can't wait to see what that's going to look like. Remake, remaster, one or the other. I don't remember which one. You can fact check me down below. And then Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. So this was actually a port that came from, what was it, the PSP? And I never played it before. So I'm excited to check this out, because it's a new Grand Theft Auto to me, because I never played it. So I was trying to find Vice City Stories as well, but every booth I went to, it was crazy expensive, and I wasn't trying to spend that, so I was looking for them deals, trying to get it cheap. I believe this one I got for like $8, so I was like, done and done. All right, so that was it for PlayStation 2. Now let's move on to, all right, so this guy I was super excited to get. So this is the Mario Paint bundle. So we got here the game Mario Paint for the Super Nintendo. Okay, got that. Oh, is it gonna stay? Yep. And then I got the mouse pad, the official Nintendo mouse pad. Okay, and then we also got the mouse itself, nice and colored up. You can just see the oldness in it. But I never owned this as a kid. I remember playing around with it at the National Video Game Museum, and always like, oh, I want to check that out. But it was too good of a deal. It was the mouse with the pad and the game for $15. So I mean, done and done right there. Just something to add to my collection of all the retro games, as you know, NES and SNES were the first consoles I ever owned. So excited to add that to it. All right, and the only other Super Nintendo game I got while I was at Retropalooza is Super Tennis. So this is a tennis game for the Super Nintendo. I actually never played it before, so excited to check this one out as well. And while we're in the realm of Nintendo, I already showed you that I had gotten the only single GameCube game, but I did pick up one N64 game while I was out there, and it is the one and only Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 with that beautiful yellow. I already have Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 on the N64, so needed to get 2, and then I believe 3 was the last one they made on the 64, if I'm not correct. So I'm gonna have to get that, because Tony Hawk is just like the GOAT of all franchises. But that's it as far as everything else Nintendo goes. So we can put that to the side over here. Okay. All right, so then now PlayStation. I only picked up 2 PlayStation 1 games, which I was super happy to find, because I've been looking for 3 Extreme forever, because that's like the game I grew up playing with my sister. We'd play that all the time. I always find 2 Extreme, but I also found 1 Extreme and found 3 Extreme. So now I've completed the trilogy of the Extreme trilogy, which is, if you never played these before, it's racing games where you get to be on different extreme sports. So it has, you know, rollerblading, skateboarding, bikes. I think that's it. Yeah, rollerblading, skateboarding, and bikes. Yeah, so not only are you racing, but you can hit each other. You got to go through these little loops. It was always a good time. It was something that my sister would always play with me. She didn't always play a whole bunch of video games with me, but this was something that we always played. So it definitely has a place in my heart, and I was excited to find it. So those are the only PS1 games I got. And then as far as PlayStation 1 goes, I always got to stop by the Pixelized Princess booth, because she just makes such amazing pixel art. And as you can see here, we have this beautiful Crash Bandicoot. So not only is it, that's just beautiful, but if you see here on the bottom, it's actually his base is one of the boxes that he hits. So yeah, had to pick that one up. I saw this debut on her Instagram, and I was like, yeah, that's gonna be a quick buy for me, guaranteed, needed in my life. All right, and last of the games was some Dreamcast pickups. So we got here Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 for the Dreamcast, Rippin' Riders for the Dreamcast, and Crazy Taxi. Now, all 3 of those I picked up from my buddy Zach at Cultured Gaming. Such a good dude. Met him at Retro Expo. First time seeing him at Retropalooza, but I go see his booth every time at Retro Expo. He always hooks it up. Great deals. Just great family man. He's actually looking at creating his own game store soon. So, go check him out. I'll have a link in the bio where you can go see kind of everything he does. And then also I got this Extreme Sports. So I was super excited to find this. It was like super dirty. I cleaned it up. I was able to get it for only $7. And this game, it's kind of, I guess, similar to the 3 Extreme stuff, but you're racing on all sorts of different sports, but you actually switch in between. So it'll be like a race where you start out snowboarding, and then you get to the end of the run, then you're getting off your snowboard, running to an ATV, riding your ATV, then getting off your ATV and going hang gliding. Like, I thought it was amazing as a kid, and I remember looking at these graphics just thinking, like, this is next level. Like, things don't get better than this. So super excited to play this again and watch it not hold up to my expectations of probably what I thought it was when I was a kid. All right, so that's it for actual video games. Now, the next thing I got was an accessory. So this is something I was not familiar with at all. It's called the Power Plug. So it says here, make any Super NES controller the ultimate weapon. So I'll let you take a look at the box there. But some of the features of it says, works with any Super NES compatible controller, enhances the power of any controller, increase player skill level, great for all fighting, shooting, driving, and sports games. Power steering, auto fire, variable turbo, clone, pro, thrash, and thrash. I don't even know what all those mean, but I'm always interested in weird little accessories, so had to get this one as it was super cheap, and I mean, it had the full box for it and everything, so be on the lookout for me doing some testing with this to see what I can kind of make use of it. All right, and this beautiful box here is the box for the NES game 720. Now, 720 was originally a arcade game. It was actually the very first skateboarding game, and it was ported over to the NES, so really it's the first console skateboarding game ever. And I already owned the game. This was actually just in this clear plastic casing with the box itself. This did not include the game, so I wanted to go ahead and get the box so I can complete the collection. I mean, it's just gorgeous. It's got a tiny little mess up here on the edge. I'll zoom in and see if you can see that, unfortunately, but guy gave me a great deal on it, and it's just gorgeous. I mean, look at that. Look at the box. Not only this box art, like right, gorgeous, but then look at the back. You can see some of the gameplay on there, and that's why it says the arcade's ultimate aerial experience comes home. So yeah, super excited to add this to the collection. And last but not least, the thing I'm most excited for, you know what, Chad, give me a drum roll. Boom. Power Glove. Ah, it's gorgeous. So, I saw this at one of the booths there. The price was too good. I constantly see these and they're so expensive. And I mean, if you check out the detail in it, like, hold this way, it's super clean. Like, it looks so good. Doesn't look that dirty at all. It could probably use a little cleaning up here and there, but it's really not bad. And I was wondering why it was selling for so cheap, and I had the guy bring it over, and I found out that this is actually a kid's version. So it's not the adult version. That's why it's a little bit smaller. But I was like, can I put my hand in that thing? So, I mean, it works. And for the price, I was like, okay, yeah, I got it. This is like on my bucket list. So my bucket list of like things I want to own from like retro stuff, it was the Power Glove, the Virtual Boy, and the Rob Robot. Things that I never owned as a kid, and stuff that honestly all of them kind of suck. I mean, including this, but it was like I just want it. You know, sometimes I'm excited to have a terrible experience, but you can see here, I mean, we're still good to go, right? Like I have the power. I feel the power, right? I'm ready to play terrible games where you think you can do. But it's so funny to see how kind of ahead Nintendo was kind of thinking about the Wii before the Wii was even close to being made, that they were always looking at new ways to kind of, you know, do things for the future. But this is just, it's such a great piece of history that I'm so excited to finally have. You can see how dope that looks. So excited to display this. And I do need to get a sensor bar for it. That's another reason why it was so cheap, because it didn't come with the sensor bar. So I'm going to have to find one of those on eBay or something. But, you know, it's just, yeah, it's, I mean, come on. It's too great. All right, guys, so that is officially everything I picked up at the Retropalooza 2022. Like I said, best expo I've been to so far. Granted, I haven't been to a million. I've mainly just gone to like Retro Expo a couple times a year. But this one, it's just, I got so much great stuff at such good deals. I talked to so many cool people who were passionate about what they do. And some of the people were not even ones who just like have like actual stores. They're just like, I'm just a dude who has extra stuff I need to sell. So, and a lot of them were like, hey, as long long as it's going to a good home. So it was cool getting to meet the community out there. Awesome retro community out here in DFW. So I encourage you, if you do live in Texas or anywhere close by, anytime you see Retropalooza coming through in Arlington, Texas, go check it out. It's a good time. You won't regret it. But as always, I appreciate you joining me today. Hopefully you enjoyed going through kind of everything that I purchased. This is a different video than I've done in the past. If you like it, hit that thumbs up. If you don't like it, hit the thumbs down so I know not to do more of these. But hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.